generational curses is like different, bro, because nobody ever talk about that. Like everybody know they're a product of it, like what you said, but we really don't know.
Like I mean, what you mean by this? I mean, like, yo,
like
one generation is cursed just for no reason. I didn't do nothing.
Like why? Like
why?
What it is?
What do you mean by generational curses?
Like,
start with some definitions first.
You know, people say, you know, certain situations, certain problems people have and deal with are because generational curses. Man, I got this anger issues, this alcohol issue, this selling drugs, or you know what I'm saying?
So what's the difference between having a generational curse and then it's just you?
I mean, just blaming on everybody else instead of stepping up and taking responsibility.
Or it could be something. It's like it's handed down.
I mean,
like
do you think it's really genetics, like somebody becoming a murderer?
So is it?
I'm just asking you, like, so if my parents were murderers right now, so you saying I have that trait? Doesn't everybody have that trait to become a murderer? I mean, what's stopping them? Yeah, they have that
like
ability.
some people, you know, you can choose to like. This is like the tendency, bro. Like some people got some inclinations. And,
yeah, like if your parents are addicted to drugs, right? And then they have you on their own drugs or whatever, you have a higher chance of being addicted if you try it once.
I understand you trying to say if I'm a crack baby or something like that.
Right. Okay.
That's basically what you're saying.
Right.
I have a higher chance of getting addicted if I do it. But do I really want to do it though? Or you saying I have an inclination to do it? I'm not saying if I get hooked, but I'm making the choice to do crack. You understand?
Right. No, I see what you're saying.
So like either way it goes, it's still a choice. Yeah, I'll be more likely to get hooked on it, but don't I still make the choice to do it? Like that's not really a curse. That's just you making stupid decisions, and which I need people to actually take more responsibility for their stupid decision and stop blaming everybody else.
But
this is just me speaking the truth.
But why? But I'm like, how are you isn't it funny that you're making the same decision that your mama made, your daddy made, your grandpa made?
A lot of people follow a lot of stupid people, make a lot of stupid mistakes. It happens.
But you hear this term all the time though. Generational curses. You got to break generational curses. Yeah. I'm kind of with Dom. I don't think that's a thing.
Generational curses?
I don't think that's a thing.
Now, there is certain curses that were in the Bible that actually had happened.
Well, I mean,
when God said, "Yo, I'm cursing the next generation."
That's right.
Right before Moses tried to go into the promised land. But you understand what I'm saying? Now that's a whole different curse because he's saying, "Yo, this is about to happen." So that I can understand if that's what you mean. If you mean like that for a generational curse.
So I think Numbers 14:18.
Numbers.
Here goes Numbers 14:18. I'll read from the English Standard Version.
Go ahead.
For all my words milked out there, you know, I'm saying the word of God, you know what I'm saying? Bless you, man. Keep that studying up because
you said Numbers.
Anything 14. But in Numbers 14:18.
18.
The Lord is slow to anger and abounding in steadfast love, forgiving iniquity and transgression. But he will by no means clear the guilty, visiting the iniquity of the fathers on the children to the third and fourth generation. So when we hear this, it sounds like generational curses are a thing, right? Like
true. Yeah.
It sounds like it is a thing.
It is a thing. I get that.
Kids being punished for what their parents did.
But see, here's the thing. So a lot of people who don't read the Bible well will stop there and be like, see? But as you go into the Word of God, go to Ezekiel 18:20.
Ezekiel.
Mm-hmm. You know, I'm reading from the English Standard Version. Not a version you should study from. Just throw that out there. It's not a version you study from. It's King James. You know.
Ezekiel 18:20.
Yeah. The soul who sins shall die. The son shall not suffer for the iniquity of the father, nor the father suffer for the iniquity of the son. The righteousness of the righteous shall be unto himself, and the wickedness of the wicked shall be upon himself.
All right. So basically, everybody is responsible for their own sin. And, you know, salvation. So I don't mean just their own sin and salvation. I want to put both of them out there.
Go ahead, you have a question?
So like, my mama didn't go to college, so I didn't go to college. That's not a generational curse.
I mean, college is a scam, so I would say no. Who wants to fight me? Undergrad is a scam.
Okay, we're gonna skip off that topic and go back to generational curses. Now, I will say,
Doesn't mean you shouldn't do it, but understand what it is. So people are like, oh, it's not a curse
all right,
that
so
you don't go and spend thousands upon thousands upon thousands of dollars.
all right,
That doesn't guarantee you a job. I just don't see how that's.
we're not gonna try to hit education right now.
Oh, my bad.
We're not taking on the whole education. That's a whole different podcast.
My bad.
Now, we are going to talk about generational curses because generational curses are true. Now, when I say generational curses, yeah, you are responsible for your own sin and salvation. That is a true statement. But there are certain things like, yo, if you're going to be cursed, like, yo, you may be a leopard or something like that. Like, that's a curse. Yeah, you still are responsible for your own sins and salvation that you do after you have that. You understand what I mean? So, yeah, God has cursed generations like that. I understand that. Like, yo, basically, they suffer, but they're still responsible for their own sins and their own salvation. That is a true statement. So, generational curses do exist or have exist. I don't know if
they exist anymore.
I don't know if they. I mean, we still suffer from the curse of Ashley and Eve right now, Adam and Eve. So you see what I'm saying? That's a generational curse. We still suffer for that.
I mean, yeah,
I ain't seeing a biblical curse.
True.
I don't know if it's a biblical curse. It can't be a biblical curse.
I mean, I guess technically because it came from the first parent, I don't think that's what we're talking about. We're generational curses.
Okay.
My thing
because sin came from actual Lucifer. I don't consider him a parent.
But
see what I'm saying? That's a whole different thing.
It affected humans because
our parents,
it's in our genetic.
Like I said, we still suffer from the curse of Adam and Eve to this day. Nobody's generational curse. That's a generational curse.
So do y'all believe we pass stuff down?
Yes. That's.
But I'm not sure what you're gonna call that a curse though.
It can.
But I don't know. Maybe. Right. So like a lot of times with the Bible will explain something we automatically don't think is science.
Right.
Right. So the Bible is like, hey, look, don't have sex before marriage, and we think it's mystical.
It really ain't.
The Bible kind of knows what it's talking about.
You mean like not literal?
Yeah. So what I mean is like a lot of times we think the Bible is not being literal, or we think that God is just pulling something out of it's out of the air, right?
Oh, he cut me a break on this one.
Yeah.
And then you learn a lesson from it.
No, not just that. Like we'll be like God said, don't kill. We don't realize that what murder does to a person psychologically.
Right.
The Bible doesn't explain it. He just said, just do what I said.
Right.
Now, science comes back later and be like, oh, it affects the brain.
Traumatizes you.
So here we talk about, the Bible talks about, visiting iniquity to father, fourth generation, third and fourth generation, whatever.
Mm-hmm.
But the truth of the matter is, there is a such thing as passing down certain genetics.